Hey, everybody, it's Scott Steen with winnersandwhiners.com coming to you with the Monday edition of Today in Sports Betting. And to help me do it, as always, how do I do it without him? You know, there'd be a lot of dead air. As I said, what do you think, Scott? And there would be nothing. So anyway, it's Scott Reichel, everybody. Hey, happy Monday, Scott. How are you?
Doing pretty well. If you're doing the show yourself, you could technically just respond to your own question, but still works out, I guess. Overall, pretty solid day yesterday in football. I know the public, for the most part, made a killing.
No?
Everything else, basketball, thrilling game yesterday with the Lakers. I want to play the day on that in the first half, so that worked out well. And, really not much to complain about. Even UFC worked out pretty well for me over the weekend.
Excellent. We had a good weekend overall. Went 4-2 on the premium side. Had a couple of heartbreakers there in college. I had the only thing we missed yesterday was the Vikings, Scott, and I guess we'll talk about it on the NFL side. But yeah, the Vikings Colts, that was chilling, bone chilling there for the people of Skull Nation. So anyway, we're doing the last week of baseball, Scott. We're coming down to it. 60 games, about 8 weeks, and man, this is it. We're finishing up here. A lot of surprises, a lot of interesting things going on. And as we talk about occasionally, but I want to reiterate to everybody, when you're making your plays this time of year, make sure you're checking out the motivation angle. Who's got something to play for? Who doesn't have anything to play for? Who's got the youngsters up taking a look, that kind of thing. Because the last week of baseball, it can get a little tricky, but there's usually some good money-making opportunities out there. Agree?
I definitely agree with that. Seems like all you have to do is dig deep enough and you usually find some value to some degree.
That's right. Very good. So Yankees, hottest team in baseball. They finally lost yesterday, Scott, after losing 9 straight. Congratulations on them.
It was 10 straight, actually.
Was it 10 straight?
10
I'm sorry.
straight.
Okay.
Losing yesterday.
Well, the important number for them is they're still 3.5 back of Tampa Bay.
Well, they officially clinched a playoff spot yesterday, but of course they're still trying to catch Tampa. But that also, you have to keep in mind that they are also fighting for the seeding aspect because of the makeshift first round that they're doing for this year's postseason, where the home team gets all 3 games at home. Right. So it's very important to finish with the better record in the first round, or for the first round, I should say, because after that it's all bubble. But the first round is home field for all 3 games.
Yeah, and it generally wouldn't. I don't know that it makes a difference this time of year, but the Yankees seem to play very well at home for whatever reason, whether they're sleeping in their own bed or they've built their team to the dimensions of that park, whatever reason. It's a situation where they definitely want to be the home team.
Well, same with Minnesota. Right now, the Yankees are projected to play Minnesota. Both teams have been really bad on the road and really good at home. So it seems like whoever gets home field might have a significant advantage in that series.
Well, Minnesota has a major league sized monkey to get off their back there with the New York Yankees, man. They have been there. I think Minnesota actually has to send a card to New York every Father's Day because they are their daddy without question.
Pretty much. That's how that's gone for I don't even know how long.
I know, dude. Yeah, it's in
a long time.
Death taxes and Minnesota getting beat by the Yankees in the playoffs.
Yep.
So let's start the day with something that doesn't have any relevance as far as the playoff goes. It's our daily. We're jaw dropping where we wonder aloud why the Los Angeles Angels are a -190 favorite. And today's victim, as so often happens, is the Texas Rangers, Scott. Now today, at least there's a reasonable case to be made as Dylan Bundy goes up against Kyle Gibson. Dylan Bundy finally having the kind of year and the kind of pitcher that, you might be willing to lay 190 on. And any thoughts on the Angels and their usual -190 price?
I'm going with the Angels. I know that the price is high, but having said that, they have dominated the Rangers this season. They've won 6 of the 9 meetings. The Angels are also 500 at home, which doesn't sound that impressive. When you look at their overall record, it's actually kind of impressive. They're better at home than they are on the road by a long shot. And also, it is worth mentioning that the Rangers are still the worst road team in the entire league. So I know they won yesterday, mostly because of a great pitching performance. But other than that, though, if you want to break down numbers here, Gibson has been very underwhelming on the season. He's got roughly an 80 array against the Angels. Bundy's been really good against the Rangers this season. All signs point to the Angels for me.
Yeah, really kind of hard to get away from that for sure. Bundy, he had a couple of little hiccups there, but he's definitely righted the ship and has pitched well again lately. Given up 2 or less in 4 of his last 5 starts. Again, Scott, I don't like to lay 190, and I probably won't play this in real life, but I certainly might be tempted to even play the run line there to even that number out. You get it at 102. Yeah, the Angels are the home team. They don't score a ton of runs, but I think for trying to milk a little extra value out of this, I might take a shot on the home team and the run line there at minus 102. But definitely I have no desire to play any part of the Texas Rangers in this one. Scott, taking a look here at the Philadelphia Phillies and the Washington Nationals. Now, this is one of those games that we talked about earlier where one team actually has a lot to play for and the other team has nothing on the line. Now, as we've discussed ad nauseum, we don't necessarily think there's a difference as far as the effort goes. It's more personnel and strategic moves that the manager may make or not make in order to see other people. Today we've got Zach Wheeler going up against Anibal Sanchez. And, like we talked about, the Phillies are right in the middle of that wild card playoff race. They're currently a half game ahead of the Brewers and the Cincinnati Reds, who are all of a sudden relevant again. So, this is Philadelphia has everything to play for. The Nats have nada. Getting a pretty good price here on the Phillies at actually it's come down to minus 148. It's come down since we started the show. Scott, any interest in getting involved here on the Nationals?
No. I know that some people can make the argument that maybe the Phillies should be, I'd say, a little bit lower based on the price. They have been a lot better. They have been very good at home. On the road, they've been, I'd say, I guess. But overall, the Nationals are just so bad, and Sanchez has been so bad this season that I don't think it really matters. At the end of the day, if you want to actually break it down, the Phillies have been a very, very streaky team, but they're still fighting for a playoff spot. They're still over 500 technically. I know they're 8-13 on the road, but they're also 6-0 against the Nationals this season. So I can't back the Nationals here. I'm going to go with the Phillies.
Yeah, 6-3 and Wheeler starts 2-7 and Anibal Sanchez.
If you're undefeated against your opponent and your opponent's having arguably their worst starting pitcher on the mound and you're having arguably your best starting pitcher on the mound, I'm going to take the Phillies. That's how I view it.
Yeah, you got to. You really do. Zach Wheeler's been super solid. He's had quality starts in 5 of his last 6. The only time he failed to get a quality start was going 5 2/3, giving up just 1 earned against Atlanta. I see nothing to like here about the Nationals. I think we're actually getting a pretty good price here on the superior team. I'll take the Phillies as well.
Yeah.
White Sox and the Cleveland Indians. The Clevelanders. I think we're going to get 3. I think we're going to get 3 playoff teams out of that division as well. Scott, as the White Sox have at least clinched the playoff spot. Still fighting with the Twins there for first place, but it ain't. They have a 2-game lead on them. Cleveland Indians. They look like they are comfortably going to be able to make it there. They would take a complete collapse. And a hell of a run by like the Orioles or the Tigers or the Mariners, all who are 7 or 8 under 500. So they're in good shape as they send Civale to the mound against Dane Dunning for the Chicago White Sox. White Sox minus 112, just a small favorite. Excuse me, Indians are just minus 112. White Sox are actually a small dog here with Dunning on the mound. What's your angle here, Scott?
For me, I'm just going to lean to the White Sox. I know that the Indians looked, I'd say, decently over the weekend against Detroit. Congratulations, I was against Detroit. The White Sox still, in my opinion, are the more consistent team. Cleveland still has issues offensively with consistency. And even though Civale has been solid and Dunning is a bit of an unknown, I'm going to lean to the White Sox here because they've just been the better team all year long.
Now, Dunning's done a fine job. Team's 5-0 in his starts. They're starting to stretch him out a little bit. He's gone 13 innings over his last 2 starts, giving up just 1 earned. And he's good, Scott, because last time out he beat Randy Dobnik. So, that's I'm with you. Getting positive money here on the better team. You got a pitcher with better stats. Yeah, I'll take that. I'll take a flyer on the plus 102 White Sox. Why not? Brewers Reds, Scott. This one means a lot as they fight for that probably going to be last playoff spot there in the National League. 2 central teams that know each other quite well. And today, the Brewers going to send Brandon Woodruff to the mound against Luis Castillo for the Cincinnati Reds. Now, is that still the same pitching matchup you have, Scott?
Yes, that's the same one that I have.
Because I had seen that in a different spot, not Castillo.
I see Castillo.
Okay, all right, good. That should be a hell of a matchup, and the Reds small favorite -124. The Brewers plus 114, and 7.5 is your total there. So, Scott, you have to ask yourself the question: is this new and improved Luis Castillo that we've seen over his last 2 starts? Is he back, baby? Is he back just in time for that playoff push, or is this a 2-game aberration and he will go back to having a shitty season? What do you think?
I always liked Castillo, so I'm going to be the glass half full kind of guy.
Okay.
He's got solid stuff. Nobody can deny that, and I just think that it took him a little while to get going. But if you look at his last 2 starts, he definitely looks like he has, I don't want to say remembered how to pitch, but I think you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Woodruff has been solid lately as well. I know his last start wasn't as great as he wanted it to be, but he has still been pretty good lately. It's a pretty tough spot here based on the line. The total I also have a hard time with because 7.5 makes sense for these pitchers. I don't know if it makes full sense in Great American Ballpark. 7.5 is a pretty low total for that type of ballpark. But I'm going to go with the Reds. Small lean to the Reds. I just like the current form Castillo's in. And Milwaukee's offense has been so inconsistent that I think the Reds' offense, which has also been inconsistent, I just think the Reds' offense is a little bit more talented. So for that reason, I'll lean to the Reds.
So, Milwaukee coming off that big sweep in Kansas City, that doesn't get you excited? That doesn't give you –
No offense to your Royals, but no.
They did have a nice offensive series there, by the way, putting up 19 runs over 3 games.
They did, but who are the 3 pitchers that they faced in Kansas City?
I know they faced
Daniel Duffy and a couple other guys.
Yeah, I know they faced Duffy, and I don't know. I didn't watch any of those games.
That's what I'm saying. So you throw out maybe Singer. I think Bubic might have pitched one, maybe. But
Bubic did pitch one.
Either or. Now you're going with Luis Castillo. It's a little bit of a ramp up in competition. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah, I agree. I definitely agree with that. I wish I knew what to make of Castillo. I really do. But I'm going to go ahead. I've got to play the Reds here, Scott. I just do. I think Castillo has been really, really good. His last 2 starts. He went to actually it's been his last 3 starts. I'm looking here. He's gone. Giving up 3 earned runs in his last 3 starts, covering 22 innings. So, of course, 2 of those are coming against Pittsburgh, which is, the Kansas City of the National League. So I don't know how much we read into that, but his strikeouts are up. He struck out 24 over those last 3 contests. Yeah, I'm going to go with the guy that's actually done it consistently. Give me the Reds too. That was a long way to go for that, Scott. Sorry. Yeah, give me the Reds.
Okay.
-124. Cubs, Pirates, up there in Pittsburgh. Cubs -150. Pirates +139. Now, Scott, here we've got an opposite situation where the Cubs they have very little to play for there in the National League. I mean, I guess they could play for best record for seeding.
They kind of have to, right?
Because 1 through 8 seed. So yeah, the Dodgers are probably out of reach, but they are tied with the Braves. 9 games over. So let's say
I can guarantee you that regardless of the position in the division, etc., which the Cubs have wrapped up, they definitely want home field. They definitely want to be playing in Wrigley. I know they haven't been performing that well in Wrigley offensively this season, but of course Wrigley is just where they want to be. I think you can agree with that.
Oh yeah, no question at all. And they're sending they send the Enigma to the mound. They send John Lester to the mound today. That's he's the quintessential box of chocolates pitcher. His last 2 starts, he's given up just 2 earned runs in 11 innings. 2 starts before that, he gave up 10 runs in 8 2/3. So enjoy. It's John Lester, everybody. Any way to figure this one out, Scott?
Just a question: what's the team total for this matchup?
Well, this one actually caps out at where'd it go? Oh, there it is. Sorry. Cubs minus 150, 139. 8.5 is the number. 4.5 Cubbies, 3.5 Pirates.
I was hoping it'd be 4.5. I'm assuming there's juice to the over on that.
Not much, minus 118.
I'm going to take it. I know Brubaker's been pretty good this year, but I don't want to get involved with Lester, as you said before. And Pittsburgh, we've talked about the pitching staff before. Even if Brubaker pitches well, if he doesn't pitch long, it might not matter. So I think 4.5 is too low. I'll go with the Cubs team total over.
Okay, I don't hate that. Brubaker has been pretty good.
He's been good. He has been good.
One bad performance, but it is the Cubs. Yeah, I don't hate that. It's. I'm with you. I totally agree that you want to do everything you can to try to stay away from Lester in this situation.
And that also implies with betting against Lester because you don't know what you're going to get. So I'm trying to completely take him out of the equation.
Yep, agreed. All right, I don't love that, but I'll take it. I'll take the Cubs over 4.5 with you. Next up is the Marlins and the Braves. Braves minus 162, Marlins plus 149. Scott, Marlins plus 149. Seems like they've been there the entire season just like that. And
they've been very solid on the road this season. So
it's Trevor Rogers against Huascar, for the Braves.
Well, the last time they played each other, the Braves scored 29 runs. So we'll see what happens on this one. But
I'm going to go out on a limb and say they scored less.
That's a hot take. It's a hot take. Now, my question here, once again, what's the team totals for both sides?
Well, the total for this game is 9, so it's 3.5 and 4.5, Scott. So the Marlins.
What's the juice on the Marlins over?
139. They're both juiced to the 130s. 139, 137 for Atlanta.
I'll actually take the 139. I know that you're probably going to take Marlins on the money line because there's more value to it, and I get that. But at the end of the day, Braves ballpark is pretty solid in terms of hitting. You have not loved as he has not been that good this season. And the bullpen for Atlanta has been pretty inconsistent, and it tends to be more bad than good. So for that reason, I just think 3.5 is too low for the Marlins. I think they should be able to score at least 4.
I think I agree. This is going to be a bullpen game.
It's a lot of juice, but I'm fine with it.
For the Braves, it's impossible for me not to take the value here.
No, it depends. Yeah, I was going to say, I'm assuming you're taking Miami.
Have to, yeah. Plus 149. I'm going to take that all day long.
Mm-hmm. I'm just going to go with the team total. It's definitely more juicy, but with the Braves bullpen pitching, I think Miami should be able to score at least 4. Their offense has been surprisingly decent this year, and I think that was a reasonable number for them to get.
Yeah, we went through a stretch last year where we just lived on the Miami team total under 2.5 or 3.5. We rejoiced when we got it at 3.5, but we cashed a lot of tickets at 2.5. That was a dreadful offense last year.
Mm-hmm.
Rays and the Mets, Scott. Mets minus 185. Oh, that's got to be DeGrom. There you go. And the Rays plus 170. Let's see how oh, look at that. It's like I'm psychic. Peter Fairbanks against Jacob DeGrom for the Tampa Bay Rays. Scott, you gonna take the Rays here? You're gonna take the better team?
I'm gonna do it. I know that it hasn't been working out with I don't want to say a DeGrom fade because that just sounds ridiculous, but it hasn't. DeGrom's been actually getting run support in his last couple of appearances. But at the end of the day, Tampa's really good on the road. Mets have not been good at home at all. And the Mets, as you can attest to, have been a very, very inconsistent baseball team all season long. where they'll win a couple games here, they'll lose a couple games right after, and the cycle kind of just never ends. They lost 2 out of 3 over the weekend. They're still in the hunt for a playoff spot, but I expect them to play themselves out of it over the next couple of days. So I'm going to go with Tampa. Tampa's still motivated because they're fighting off the Yankees. They're going to try to stay in the division. Plus, they're still fighting for seeding, as I mentioned before, because nobody has a bye. And, yeah, even though DeGrom, of course, is DeGrom, Fairbanks still has a 2.74 ERA. His numbers have been respectable. His whip's a little bit, highish at 1.43. But, yeah, overall, just a matter of I trust the Rays more in a 9-inning game than I trust the Mets. And I think if you're getting the Rays at an underdog price of this number with them being 18 and 10 on the road, I got to go with Tampa.
Yeah, I agree. Rays team total is 2.5 too, and I'd be really tempted by that. It is minus 124.
What's the juice on that? Like minus 140 also?
Minus 124.
Really?
Yeah, so you're getting a better price than you'd think there.
That surprises me. I have to agree with you. 2.5, I'm going to take it.
Yeah, I also like the plus 170 there as well. I think those are both good plays.
2.5. So
what's that?
I have to like 2.5.
Yeah. Anytime you see 2.5 on a competent major league team, you have to really consider it.
Yeah. Plus, Tampa's not afraid to do some. I believe in some circumstances, Tampa's definitely more lenient when it comes to actually embracing small ball, where they might actually bunt some people over, do the things and stuff like that. So even if they get a guy on like third base with 1 out or so, I actually trust Tampa to just hit the ball to the outfield to get a sac fly here and there. Tampa just seems to always do the little things correctly, which is why they're really good. And I think that could definitely help out in a team total that's this small. Because there's a lot of teams in the league that just go home run or bust, and they just don't understand the situation, where it's just a matter of guy on like first and second, no outs. And it's just like, no, we're going to let all 3 guys swing away. And I'm like, you could have just bunted to avoid the double play and to move them over, but no, you're not going to do that. Some teams do it. And I think Tampa's one of those teams that are not afraid to actually, do the little things to score runs. I think you'll agree with that.
Play old school baseball.
To some degree. Of course, they're not going to go overboard and just do it all the time, but Tampa seems to be more likely to do it than other teams in the league. Like the Yankees never bunt, ever. And it really bothers me. But Tampa does it on some occasions. And I think against DeGrom, you got to try to manufacture whatever offense you can get. So for that reason, I'll go with the over.
All right, very good. You're getting just looking at the juice. They're at minus 124. DeGrom has given up. When DeGrom starts, he's made looks like 7 starts, and they have a. Oh, excuse me. I didn't go find it. I'm sorry. He's given 10 starts. In those 10 starts, they have scored over 2.5 runs 5 times. So it's exactly 50-50. So laying juice there at minus 124. Mathematically on this season, short sample size, of course, it's not a profitable play. But
I'm still going to lean to the over. But I'm leaning to Tampa as well.
I agree.
Plus, didn't DeGrom get injured in his last start? Against Philly, didn't he get injured? He got pulled early.
Yeah, he went 2 innings. You're right.
Yeah, so you went 2 innings. You have 3 earned runs. I don't know. I don't even know if he's fully healthy there. I got to assume he is, but there's a chance that something might, he might re-aggravate something. And
he had back spasms or a leg cramp,
something like that. But I think, but either or. I know he's back now, but there is a chance that maybe he's not fully healthy and he can re-aggravate something, and you're looking at a Mets bullpen for about, I don't know, 6 innings.
Yeah,
maybe. I mean, that's
I think
worth it to me.
I think betting to it. I think taking over 2.5 is you're betting DeGrom maybe doesn't even go 5.
You're betting he might not even be at 100%. So that's why.
Yeah, I don't hate that. All right. Cardinals and Royals, Scott. Cardinals minus 179, Royals plus 165. Cardinals, they are absolutely playing for something as they find themselves in second place there in the NL Central, but they are just a game up on the Reds and the Brewers.
How about the NL Central? What a very, very underwhelming division.
You know what?
It's more respectable now. I used to only have 1 team over 500. Now you have 2. So they really upgraded over the last couple of days.
Well, it's no American League West, I'll tell you that.
That is definitely true. I can't argue with that one.
Um,
Yeah, but I'm saying St. Louis has won 4 straight. Cincinnati's won 1 straight, so good for them. And Milwaukee's won 4 straight. So some teams are heating up at the right time now that everything's on the line.
Yeah, this is Adam Wainwright against Carlos Hernandez. Wainwright has been he's been pretty good lately. Excuse me, sorry, bud. 2.87 ERA. Still got a sub 1 WHIP point.
He's 39 years old and he's still pitching like it's 2007.
Yeah, he's made quality starts in his last 4 appearances, and quality starts in 7 of 9, 6 of 8. So not bad at all.
I'm going with the Cardinals for 1-1. Hernandez has been okay, but he's also more of an opener. Doesn't really eat up many innings, which means Kansas City should be using a bullpen day. The main issue that I have there is the fact that Wainwright has been so good this season and Kansas City has nothing to play for, while St. Louis does. Once again, we talk about the momentum angle and stuff like that and how it might be overblown. In this spot, I don't think it is. Because St. Louis has been definitely catching fire under the circumstances. They've won each of their last 4. Kansas City got swept over the weekend against a team that was in must-win situations with the Brewers. Now they're facing another team in the NL Central that's also fighting for their playoff lives. And Wainwright's just the better pitcher. So I think the Cardinals should win this game pretty easily.
Yeah, Royals are playing a lot of youngsters right now. They're trying to get a look at a lot of guys because
it's a smart move on their part because they're not going to make the playoffs.
Yeah, you've got a shortened season. And you had no opportunity to take a look at these guys and see what they had to offer. You got to make some decisions about your roster in the off season. You absolutely have to give these guys some live fire. So, this is a number that's gone up. Last night it was at 156. It's now 179. People are waking up and saying, "Oh my God, that's a great play." So, I'll take the run line with you there, Scott. I think the Cardinals take care of business here with plenty of runs to spare. Minus 115. I'll book that. All right. Sorry, man. Allergies are really getting me here today. The penultimate game on the schedule for today is the Houston Astros at the Seattle Mariners. Astros, sign of the time, Scott. They are just minus 134 against a Mariners team at plus 124.
Marco Gonzalez has also been really good. So that's all a factor.
Yes, Lance McCullers goes against Marco Gonzalez. You know what? Looks like they woke up to our little plan, Scott, because I've been Mariners are one of those teams that have made me a fair amount of money this year, especially at home. And Marco Gonzalez has been right there at the head of the pack, winning his last 4. McCullers has dropped 2 straight, Scott. Even though the numbers are a little down, any value here on the Mariners?
I'm going Mariners first 5. On this one. Gonzalez is one of those pitchers who I've mentioned numerous times I'm taking the first 5 with. Seattle's bullpen has definitely been less of a gas can. Still not great, so I'm trying to avoid them as much as possible. McCullers not been good lately. Houston has been terrible on the road, one of the worst road teams in the league. And Marco has been really good. So for that reason, I'll take the first 5.
I don't hate that. You're giving up a little value there from 124 to 111.
But once again, you're also sacrificing value for a potential push. So
but for 13 cents, you're taking the Seattle bullpen out of the equation.
Get the bullpen out of the equation, and you have a potential tie. So I think that's really not that bad of a deal.
Okay, I'll go with you. Give me the Mariners first 5 plus 111. Man, you and I are agreeing a lot today. I'm worried.
Yeah, I know. This is going to be a problem.
Giants hosting the Rockies. Giants minus 115. Rockies plus 105. Herman Marquez against Johnny Cueto for the Giants. And the Giants, one of those teams that is
they're hanging around.
Theoretically,
I think they're right out of the playoff picture right now.
They are 500. They're right in the playoff picture. They are tied for the last playoff spot.
Okay. I wasn't sure.
With 3 other teams.
Yeah, so that's a war.
Rockies theoretically are still in it. They're 6 games under.
Yeah. Okay. Rockies. Yeah.
It would take a lot of things to happen.
I'm going with the Giants. Couple reasons. First of all, Cueto's actually been serviceable this year. He's actually, done the part. I know that his ERA is a little bit higher, but overall, yeah, he's been fine. Giants been decent in his games. In terms of the Giants' offense, you have a couple of injuries to deal with, but the Rockies are just not good. And I know that Marquez I like. Really been a down year. He completely just imploded midway through the year. And at the end of the day, I think the Giants, who are still fighting for something, realistically, of course, and the team that's been very good at home, I'm going to go with the Giants because I think that there's some value there, especially as the Rockies continue to fade. I'm going to take the 16-9 team at home at -115.
Fair enough. Herman Marquez has actually been decent on the road. His really hard starts have come there at Coors Field. But having said that, I still like the team with more to play for here. Although the Rockies, they will be desperate. They're certainly not going to lay down for this one. Still, finding themselves mathematically alive.
They're not going to lay down, but the Giants have actually shown some type of resiliency over the season, where the Rockies have not. The Rockies have folded on numerous occasions. I just trust the Giants more. And at 16-9 at home, you're giving me a very good price at -115.
Yeah, that's true. And Cueto has been serviceable.
He's fun. All you really need is for him to just at least somewhat match Marquez, and then just let the Rockies bullpen take over after that.
Yeah, the Rockies bullpen again. They're
getting better, but still not great.
Yeah, they're again much better on the road. Not surprising there.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that is, you're getting solid value there on the better team right now. Give me the Giants -150, and I'm with you.
Yep. So we agreed on basically everything. All right.
Yeah, there you go. It's a kumbaya show, everybody, and
we'll ramp up the arguing in the next show. So stay tuned.
Yeah, I believe so. So the smart play there, of course, is to fade every single one of our picks because
you can either trust me or trust the person who thinks that Bob Cousy is better than Chris Paul.
Just stop.
I got to bring it up, man. We've agreed too much. I got to bring it up, and you're also fading the Rockies while wearing purple, which is an interesting move today.
Well, yeah, I believe it or not, I don't coordinate with my wardrobe with my picks.
That's a shame. It would be a lot cooler if you did. No,
it absolutely would.
Yeah, no, it's a nice shirt.
All right, thanks very much, man. And that's the show for baseball. Everybody, stay tuned. We got no NBA today. We're gonna talk a little NFL football, break down a little Monday night action here as the Raiders open their new stadium. So stay tuned for that. Make sure you check out winnersandwhiters.com for deep dives into not just these games, but every game in America every single day. For myself, for Scott Reichel, for all of us over here at Winners and Whiters, we appreciate you stopping by. Good luck on all your plays today. Stay safe, stay healthy. Come back and see us again next time on Today in Sports Betting. Take care, everybody.